What is up, everyone? It's Davis here of Flash Trades. I told him I'd do it to him. We're doing the Asian Session trading vlog series where we are trading Asian Session with my Milestone, my funded future 25K account. What's about to happen, everyone? So if you're new here, I have been recording my trading journey for about a year or so now. And one thing I like to do is these trading series where I really break down how I'm taking trades or show how I'm getting towards that payout on my prop journey and everything. So we did get a payout a few months back, and this will be, still got a few other accounts that I have that we are working towards payout. But for this specific series, we will be tracking only the Milestone account that I have from my funded futures. So let's go into, just so you guys are familiar with what the Milestone plan is. I chose this plan for this series for a few reasons. Now I do have the 25K. They actually do not have the 25K anymore. So that is the only difference. 25K, and it's basically just like all of the rules for the 50K here are basically halved to get it to the 25K. So the profit target for mine, since I'm the 25K, is 1500. One of the biggest things is the 25K actually did offer static drawdown, which the other ones do not have. So that's one thing I'm glad I got the 25K before they got rid of it, because now I've just been building up and I have a lot of drawdown now. So yeah, we're working towards the phase 1 right now, and you get 1 mini or 10 micros actually with the so they must have changed this with the 50K, but so 1 mini or 10 micros with the 25K. And then here's a few of the biggest things that we need to be aware of with this. So one thing, the 20% consistency rule, that would mean with the 25K, instead of 600 per day, I can max make 300. Well, you can make more, but it just would extend your trading time if you make more than the 300 in my case with the 25K account. Then a few things as well, there's actually no restriction on news trading for this. So this is, especially with static drawdown, sometimes I'll just sit in those positions, and if I'm in the position while news is happening, then it is what it is, and that isn't a problem for this. They do not allow flipping with this account either, so that's one big thing. You actually have to take like legit trades, or you can reach out to them if you don't find it. Basically, a lot of times I'll just reach out to their support. If I don't find any trades in the week, I'll just say, hey, I'm not going to be trading this week, and they're completely fine with it. I haven't had any issues with that so far, so I can let you know how that goes. But so far, that has been pretty good here. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything else there. So that's essentially it. We're trying to get to 1500. Did make a trade last Asian session. That's what we're going to go through in a moment here. So let's go ahead and break that down. All right, guys, so we just pulled up the trade from last night. It would have been an Asian session. And with this strategy, I actually do trade limit orders. So I'll explain how I entered, but I have the full video, and you kind of see where my head was at during the trade, and I'll explain as we go through. Let me actually bring up, so yeah, I'm in the trade. That's why I didn't catch it, because basically this was kind of crazy, guys. Let me pull up trading view here. All right, so I still have my markings from last night, and I entered pretty much around like 6:30 was when I had my limit order placed down here. So let's do the replay just so you guys can see what I was seeing on the chart before this happened. So this is legit what the chart looked like before Asian session. Like, this was the chart in as the market closed, and my thoughts were basically, and this is how my Asian session trades work, that I don't do this at all when I trade New York session. I don't ever use limit orders. I just straight up enter at market. But with Asian session, my thought process is I'm trying to just catch a pullback. That way I have a really good stop loss and then just have it go my direction. So I put a limit order down here, and I honestly did not expect it to get hit so quickly. I was just playing League of Legends and I heard the order go off. I'm like, wait, am I like watching someone that's trading or some shit? Like who? And then I like looked at Quan Tower and I was straight in the position, bro, because check out the next candle. So this is basically what you'll see when we go to the recording. This was I don't even know what happened. I don't even know if there's any news, but it straight up cracked my order. I didn't even see any drawdown with how fast it went down and hit my order. So like it went down, and that's kind of where I started recording because I heard it. Still had to finish my league game. Let's be real, we won. Gotta get the W's, guys. W's in everything that you do. But let's get back into the recording. All right, so let's just pick it up and see what happens here. So we did enter with 2 micros. So I do have TradingView on my other screen. I basically just screen recorded this one. But for this trade, I wasn't really switching time frames while I was in it too much. I was just pretty much looking at the 30-minute. So let's speed it up a bit here. And notice I already set the break even because we basically made it to about halfway our profit target already. The full profit target would have been $300. Just, you know, the max that I can make in a day on this account. But you'll notice with my trades, even if I trade Asian session, unless I'm like sleeping when I get put into the position and it goes the full TP, in most cases I will close earlier just to secure profits, because I find if, even with this trade, like this thing is up about, these are 2 micros, so this is up like, I think it went up like 180 ticks at this point. So it's like, if this goes back to my break even, the amount that I would get triggered would be like far more than if I just secured one of these positions and let the rest run. So as long as I secure something, that's like, once you guys start trading more and figuring out what are your triggers in trading, it's just like, okay, so yeah, I could not set to break even. I can keep it down here. I could set to break even, let myself get tilted by getting $2 off a trade that I was up $200 on, or I can secure a portion of my position. So let's fast forward. Pretty much here, I'm just like kind of watching what's going on. We do the swap back. So here's where you'll see I go to different time frames and to see kind of how the chart's moving, but you'll see it really just tapped me in, almost no drawdown, and then I'm just kind of looking to see. It's basically matching the exact, this is why you want to mark these trend lines, guys, because this trend line is exactly matching what the chart does and what it did for the rest of the day, and what even today right now, if I show you what the chart looks like, it's literally at the top. It's right here right now. Like it just did exactly what I mapped out. So that's one reason you want to start mapping stuff out, because then you can start seeing these types of trends. And this is what my Asian session is based off of. I don't really take, I don't know what you call this. I guess like where it's like these pullback trades, because I don't usually enter it like this, where like I'm basically entering buys as it's going down. I don't ever do that in my normal strategy. All right, let's continue. So yeah, I'm checking the 4 hour, all the time frames, just saying that it's definitely retracing the, like almost over half the 4 hour candle has retraced. So at that point, I'm pretty confident in the trade. But this is also my first trade of the account for the new year. So that's one thing that I'm thinking in the back of my mind as well. Like I would rather secure something than let it hit the full TP here. And you'll notice that as we get further in the challenge, like when I have more profit on the account, I'll let them run further. But like when I'm this early, like it just, for me, after seeing how I trade, like it just doesn't make sense for me to not secure profits and give myself more room to breathe. So see, yeah, like at this point we're up like 184 ticks, so I think this is where I was starting to think, okay, I probably should secure something, even if it's still gonna go. Like, to have a break even after making $200 would just be like crazy to me. I don't know, with how my brain works, it just like triggers me too much to like leave that money on the table. I don't even care, and you'll see how I manage the trade, but this is like where I'm deciding whether or not I want to put a stop. And I actually did place the stop a few times, but it just didn't hit it, so I just kind of, you'll see me do this a number of times. I just like to stay kind of reactive to the movement. And this is one thing too, like if I was like asleep when this got entered in, it would just be doing whatever it did, and I wouldn't be doing all this shit. Like it would just go to the final TP. So that's one reason I like this Asian session strategy too, because a lot of times it's not often that I'm gonna make a target this was about 230 ticks away from where price was when Asian session started, and then an hour into Asian session it moved down 230 ticks and got me in. So I think that's part of the reason why I'm managing it a little bit more tightly, just because it was a pretty that type of move in Asian session is kind of crazy. I don't know, but obviously with everything happening, inauguration and all that, and right after the holidays, so it makes sense. But yeah, so this is where I was about to close partial positions, and I actually don't really use the EMA that much. It's just on here because I don't know, just like looks cool, to be honest. I don't know, like I use them when I'm doing my like higher time frame stuff, but when I'm in trades like this, the EMAs are like useless for me. I don't really use them, so I'm not really focused on that hitting an EMA or anything. I'm focused on how much it moved, and the fact that I'd rather just have some gains out of this massive candle. It's already retraced this move like 50%. So at that point, I think I'm considering securing some. So let's see what I do. I can fast forward it a bit. I'm just like testing where the good stops are. Still getting around that 300 range when I'm measuring. And then let's fast forward. And I just do this a lot. I just like, we'll just modify, give myself, so now I'm just giving myself the opportunity to take partials a little bit easier, instead of having to have different orders. I can either close full or partials now, just because I have those up. But one thing, if you do this, make sure the second order, you'll see, I'll drag this up in a second, but you want to make sure the orders aren't so close that you'll like get tagged in to both of these and then be in on a sell order. That's why I drag this up, that way like even if there's like some crazy spike, I don't get tagged into more orders than I'm actually into, you know. But yeah, I basically just use this so that I can choose how much I want to exit out of. So if I want on this side, I basically have it set up to where I'm either out full, and on this side I'm basically gonna take partials if it gets to this point. So that's what, see, I move it up so it doesn't hit that one, because that'd be just a crazy move to go up there. All right, let's fast forward, and I think this is where I am. Yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with getting out right there, so I've just decided to like at least get a little bit of profit here. Let's see, we're still So yeah, I just keep moving it around. This is just how I trade. I'm very reactive to what price does. And then you'll see, it looks like we just, yeah, I just moved one down and just got out right here. So now we're deleting the orders and just making sure we only have one stop, one contract stop, one contract take profit. So it's risk-free, but I would prefer to, this is why trading CFDs was so much more like easy to manage trades, just because you can close any amount. Like I can close like 0.8% of my position size if I wanted to. But when you're dealing with contracts and like, especially going into micros, sure, I can have like a lot of micros, but now I only have one more on the table, so I can't close any more even if I wanted to. It'd be the full position gone. Or even if you use more micros, then the commission is actually just like insane, bro. It's like, I think, what, 10 contracts is like $30, like it's, I don't know, I don't remember, but it's like more than what you would expect for the amount of micros, basically. All right, so let me fast forward. I'm basically just monitoring the position. So we did get a pretty big spike. So this would have been, if I was still in the position, this would have been like full TP basically. And that would have been about $300, I believe. But the thing is, with this movement, this could very well have gone the other direction in that same speed. So that's what you guys need to remember. It's like, this is why I should secure partials, because if I got break even on a crazy spike down, that would have like made me tilt. I'm not even capping, bro. Like I'd be tilted. This is why I manage my positions how I manage them, because getting some gains is better than me getting completely wiped. Like, so that's how I think I can consistently like push accounts forward. So I have kind of been taking a break from trading, not because it's like I don't want to or anything. It's just I've had like a bunch of other life shit that I've had to get taken care of. So, but that being said, even coming back, I know what kind of trading makes me the most consistent, and that's why I trade like this. So you'll see pretty much the same thing. Sometimes I'll move the stop up, decide whether or not I want to close anything. I'm measuring to see how much I can make with this one contract and how much I could have made with two contracts. So I think I did, let's see. So yeah, it looks like I could have made about, if I just had the full contract go up to here, that would have been about $254. And then I think at this point I didn't like how I was playing around, so I just closed the remaining portion. A second here. And yeah, I don't even drag the stop up. See how I have it? I'm about to click the to close it right on the order here. All right, so that was the trade and Asian session. And you'll see, I'll just go back to trading view, just look back. A lot of times I do like to watch the trades and see like how much I left on the table, see where I could have changed my strategy. I was pretty satisfied with this one, and let me show you what it looks like now. All right, guys, so this is how the chart looks today. So as you saw, that's where I entered, and then yeah, basically the only thing that would have happened if I stayed in that trade is I would have trailed the stop. So I would have actually been basically out of the trade at the same spot for the second position regardless. But that's one thing, like with how the where I am in the challenge, it's just smarter for me to secure more than let it do huge pullbacks. So even though I have that static and you're able to let those trades rock a little bit more than excuse me, a little bit more than having trailing drawdown, it's still more worth it for me to secure than have like massive pullbacks and then have to sit through that. So yeah, that is going to be the trade breakdown, guys. Appreciate you sticking around if you did watch till the end. So this will be a full series, so I'm going to try to get all the trades that I do on this account. And if you guys like this video, definitely give that subscribe or just like the video. So appreciate all you guys, and we'll be back to you soon.